Shiba Inus are acting very seriously. A super whale has deposited billions of Shiba into Coinbase. It may have also shown when the year's next big price shift will occur. Lots of folks are losing it. Let the graphs remain quiet. But what really happens behind the scenes? Major illness. Does this mark the beginning of a breakthrough? Is Coinbase set to undergo a major transformation? What does this mean for people who currently own Shiba Inus? Alright, I'll do my best to explain. Your daily dose of Shiba, wealthy coins is here. If you are interested in Shiba and want to learn more, you have come to the right place. Stay ahead of the curve in the cryptocurrency business and get the scoop on all the newest news predictions by subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button to get more Shiba news. Something happened recently, and the Shiba Inu community is all abuzz about it. The cryptocurrency industry was rocked when 2.5 trillion Shiba Inu coins, worth around $31 million, were transferred to Coinbase Institutional. No problem at all, just one signing. Such a dramatic shift occurs seldom. The market typically operates in a different way. When something similar happens, people naturally start paying attention, which is understandable. Shiba Inu whales aren't merely active swimmers. So what is going on here precisely? Is this merely the first phase of something far bigger? Is this connected to the much-touted Shibarium update? Is it connected to the fact that a Shiba Inu's most crucial measure has recently reached an all-time high? But what about Bitcoin? Since there are also some bizarre occurrences occurring there. It all began with the Shiba Inu, believe it or not. Before we can even think about trying to figure out that huge Shiba Inu move, we need to attend to something else. It could provide light on the motivations behind the move, which is quite important. Recent upgrades have been made by the Shiba Inu team to both PuppyNet and the Shibarium mainnet nodes. The upgrade sent a very clear message to the node operators. Updated immediately. This patch wasn't like any other. We have to act quickly. This update finally fixes a critical issue that has been bothering mobile users for a while. Unless you are you, no one has ever managed to mail a Shiba Inu on MetaMask. A defect that prevented transactions from taking place was discovered as a result of missing functionality in the Shibarium system. I have attended to that. Everything is back on track now. They also fixed another problem not long ago. Misunderstandings arose due to the lack of mainnets now photos on the Shibarium site. It has also been resolved by us. At the end of the day, this proves one thing. The network is now far more reliable, user-friendly, and prepared for heavy use. When problems like this are fixed, not only do regular people notice, but so do the important players who are on the sidelines. Were you referring about the $31 million that was paid to Coinbase? Indeed, I am beginning to grasp the whole picture. Before we get to the real reason for that massive Coinbase transfer, though, there is one more piece of information that we must not overlook. Despite appearances, it is actually fairly enormous. Somehow nobody noticed until someone on Twitter pointed it out. But that wasn't required. A fresh record high was announced. Earlier today, 1.5 million Shiba Inu wallets were added to the blockchain. A record setter for all time. They continued by saying that the Shiba Inu's growth is out of control. That is just meaningless words. You can verify that number. This also suggests that the Shiba Inu is enjoying its highest level of popularity to date. Faith, engagement, and the number of supporters all rise. When combined with the aforementioned Shibarium improvement, it further improves the network's stability, speed, and seamlessness. In an instant, everything clicks into place. Finally, the network is back to normal. Also, the number of members is absolutely through the roof. All the excitement is because of that. The Shiba Inu is back in the spotlight as a result of this. Because of this, news of a significant transaction like the one to Coinbase gets people talking. They start to question if anything noteworthy is about to happen because of this. We should now talk about what could have caused the current predicament. Here is the conclusive information we have. According to Whale Alert, an anonymous wallet sent 2.5 trillion Shiba Inu to an institutional Coinbase account. One of the game's biggest platforms received around $30 million USD in a single transaction sent from an anonymous wallet. Major events can cause people to lose their composure. In a nutshell, you can anticipate it. When a whale brings so many Shiba Inus to a deal, it is only natural to assume that it will decline. It is widely believed that a sell-off, a subsequent price decline, and subsequent chaos are imminent. That's simply how the web works. Animated, dramatic, and quick. Initially, it is always the case. But this time, something wasn't quite right with the story. It became clear that this wasn't a quick deal as more details came to light. Nobody was fleeing the scene or making a hasty decision. It had ties to Coinbase Institutional, a platform for serious traders only. High net worth individuals, serious players, and money are who it's aimed at. The story takes a radical turn as a result. In most cases, this kind of behavior denotes one thing. It might be happening in one of two ways. Someone with a lot of money is preparing to make a long-term investment, or they are ready to securely hold a Shiba Inu. Transferring cryptocurrency from an offline wallet to Coinbase's secure custody might be all that's needed, unrelated to sales in any kind. Things are starting to get interesting now. The fact that Coinbase is involved in this particular action by a whale begs the question, what gives? The question then follows, could a Shiba Inu be the spark that ignites a big change at Coinbase? When a trading platform begins to operate behind the scenes, it's usually because they have access to information that the general public does not. Maybe some sort of partnership, new feature launch, or integration. At this stage it is merely speculation. However, at first nothing happens front and center. That is why I am bursting with enthusiasm right now. You can't just pick these noises up. Shiba Inus are going through a period of profound change, and we may be about to witness its full expression. Hold for a second. There isn't anything really important occurring right now as you look at the Shiba Inu price chart. The price has also not changed significantly during the past day. There appears to be no disturbance, but hang for a second. Something is clearly changing beneath that serene surface. That degree of loudness seems to have a purpose. There has been a resurgence of interest in the market, and buyers and sellers are positioning themselves accordingly. Just a moment though. Shiba Inus are just one part of the larger picture. Outside the Shiba Inu realm there is chaos waiting to happen, and it might change everything. Allegedly X, Google, Apple, and Airbnb are in early stages of discussing the possibility of integrating stablecoins. Moreover, savor it for a while. You may find some of the biggest companies in the world on this list. Giants of technology that impact nearly every part of human life. They are also thinking about accepting Bitcoin as payment. This kind of behavior clearly shows that big tech isn't merely curious anymore. A scheme is afoot, and someone is ready to act. A major step towards crypto's pervasiveness in society would be this. Even the slightest suggestion of such a thing would have been met with scorn a generation ago. Things are starting to happen now. To this day, many people still hold that opinion. Every detail is falling into place at the exact right moment. Doors opening, Shibarium improvements, Shiba Inu volume, whale movements. Everything is happening all at once. That sums up the importance of this moment perfectly. All of this points to a big shift in the industry, but there's one element we can't ignore if we want to know where it's going from here. So Bitcoin came into existence. You can't have a conversation about Shiba Inus or cryptocurrency without bringing up Bitcoin. It is still at the top. The price of Bitcoin has a domino effect on every market. It sets the tone regardless of how we feel about it. Over $115,000 has been surpassed as the current price of Bitcoin. Continuity devoid of abrupt changes, climaxes, or depressions. This serenity, when people come across it, they get nervous. The atmosphere is electric, as if everyone is waiting for something to happen. This bombshell is tweeted by a top crypto specialist, just as the market is about to flare up again. The range of $100,000. This prediction is quite bold. In such case, it would undoubtedly go down in history as a memorable event. Looking at the larger view, you can observe that the network is functioning more efficiently as a result of the Shibarian adjustments. Stablecoins and crypto payments are currently encircled by big tech. Someone sent $31 million worth of Shiba Inu to Coinbase Institutional, and the number of Shiba Inu holders hit a record high. It all starts to make sense